Table shows the frequency distribution of trees planted by different housing societies in a particular locality. We have to find the mean number of trees planted by the housing society using the step deviation method. We first draw a table containing 6 columns. We then write the class intervals 10 to 15, 15 to 20 and so on up to 35 to 40 in the first column and write the corresponding class marks, that is 12.5, 17.5, 22.5, 27.5, 32.5 and 37.5 in the second column. We have to choose one class mark as the assumed mean here. Usually, to make calculations easy, A is taken as the class mark of the middle class. If there are 2 middle classes, then the class mark of any of them can be taken as A. Here too, there are 2 middle classes, that is 20 to 25 and 25 to 30. So we can choose either the class mark 22.5 or 27.5 as E. We will assume the class mark 22.5 as E. We write the values of di is equal to xi minus A, that is di is equal to xi minus 22.5 in the third column. Therefore, we get minus 10, minus 5, 0, 5, 10 and 15 in the third column. In the fourth column, we write ui, which is di upon h. Since the width of the class is 5, ui will be equal to di upon 5. In the fifth column, we write the frequencies 2, 7, 9, 8, 6 and 4. The sum of the frequencies is 36. We write the product Fi into Ui in the sixth column. Therefore, in the sixth column, we get the numbers minus 4, minus 7, 0, 8, 12 and 12. Their sum is 21. We know that U bar is equal to sigma Fi Ui upon sigma Fi, which on substitution of values of sigma Fi Ui and sigma Fi is equal to 0.583 recurrent. We will take it as 0.583. We will now find x bar by using the formula x bar is A plus h into U bar. Substituting the values of A, h and U bar, we get x bar is equal to 22.5 plus 5 into 0.583. On simplifying, we get x bar is 25.415, which can be taken as 25.42. If the mean number of trees planted by the housing society is 25.42. We have already proved x bar is equal to A plus D bar in the assumed mean method. We will now prove x bar is A plus h into U bar if ui is equal to xi minus a upon h, where h is not equal to 0. It is given that ui is equal to xi minus a upon h. By cross multiplying, we get h into ui is equal to xi minus a. That is, xi is equal to a plus h into ui. Multiplying by fi on both the sides, we get fi into xi is equal to fi into a plus fi into h into ui. This can be written as fi into xi is equal to A into Fi plus H into Fi into Ui. Therefore, sigma Fi xi is equal to A into sigma Fi plus H into sigma Fi Ui. Divided by sigma Fi on both the sides, get sigma Fi xi upon sigma Fi is equal to A into sigma Fi upon sigma Fi plus H sigma Fi Ui upon sigma Fi. We know that sigma Fi xi upon sigma Fi is x bar and sigma Fi Ui upon sigma Fi is U bar. Therefore, x bar is equal to A plus H into U bar. Consider this example. Milk given by 45 cows per week in liters are shown in the table. We have to find the mean yield of milk per week. What difference do you observe in this table? In this table, the first class is given as below 30 and the last class is given as 48 and above. Can you find the class mark, that is the midpoint of these two classes? No, we cannot find the class mark of these classes because for the class below 30, the lower limit is not given, and for the class 48 and above, the upper limit is not given. Such classes are called open-end classes. Without knowing the midpoint xi of these two classes, is it possible to find mean? No, it is not possible. We have to know the midpoint of the classes to find mean. From this it is clear that we cannot find mean for all grouped frequency distribution. In such cases, we have to use some other measure of central tendency. Before learning the other measure of central tendency, let us see what are the requirements of an ideal measure of central tendency. The requirements are: it should be simple to understand, it should be easy to calculate, it should be based on all the observations, it should have only one interpretation, it should preferably be Unit 14.3 Mode of Grouped Data. Let us now learn the next measure of central tendency, mode. We know that mode is nothing but an observation which occurs most frequently, which means observation having maximum frequency is called as mode.
यही सिंपल मेथड हमने 9th स्टैंडर्ड में यूज की थी, है ना? जो भी फ्रीक्वेंसी मैक्सिमम टाइम आए वो हम क्या करते थे, उसे मोड ऑफ द फ्रीक्वेंसी, ठीक है? पर इसमें हम क्या करेंगे, मोड कैलकुलेट करेंगे.
We have already learned how to find mode for raw data or ungrouped data. Let us recall this with an example. The given table shows the marks obtained by the students. We have to find the mode. Here, the maximum frequency is 22. This means 22 students secured 19 marks. Hence, mode is 19 marks. We will now learn how to calculate mode for grouped frequency distribution. The maximum rolling speed in kilometers per hour of 33 players at a cricket coaching center is given in the table. we have to find the modal bowling speed of a player. We follow the following steps to calculate mode. We first find the maximum frequency and denote it by Fm. Here, the maximum frequency Fm is 11. The class corresponding to Fm is a modal class. Therefore, the modal class is 100 to 115. We can now calculate mode by using the formula mode is equal to L plus Fm minus F1 upon 2Fm minus F1 minus F2.
हम Fm को क्या लेते हैं? हम F0 लेते हैं. ठीक है, Fm L क्यों लिया है? फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ मॉडल क्लास. ठीक है, जिसे हम F0 भी ले सकते हैं. डिनोट आप कुछ भी करो, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. ठीक है, आपका कैलकुलेशन राइट होना चाहिए. ठीक है, तो जो हाईएस्ट फ्रीक्वेंसी जो होती है उसे हम F0 लेते हैं. ठीक है, उसके अकॉर्डिंग जो क्लास होगा दैट इज मॉडल क्लास. उसी मॉडल क्लास की लोअर लिमिट को हम क्या बोलते हैं? L बोलते हैं कि नहीं? ठीक है, देखो हम जो फॉर्मूला यूज करते हैं वो हम क्या करते हैं? F1 माइनस F0 अपॉन 2F1 माइनस F2 करते हैं ना. ठीक है, तो हम जहाँ पे F1 लेते हैं यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने Fm लिया है. हम जहाँ पे F1 लेते हैं यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने क्या लिया है? Fm लिया है. अपर लिमिट को हम क्या लेते हैं? F0. याद करो. ठीक है, हाईएस्ट फ्रीक्वेंसी को हम F1 लेते हैं, फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ मॉडल क्लास. ठीक है, फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ द क्लास फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ द प्रीवियस क्लास ऑफ मॉडल क्लास. मॉडल क्लास के जो आगे के क्लास की फ्रीक्वेंसी है उसे हम F0 लेते हैं. याद हो तो लेते हैं हम F0. यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने वो F1 लिया है. ठीक है, और मॉडल क्लास के नेक्स्ट क्लास की फ्रीक्वेंसी को हम क्या लेते हैं? F2. तो वो तो F2 ही रहेगा. ठीक है, मतलब कि हम जहाँ पे F1 लेते हैं वहां पे इन लोगों ने Fm लिया है और हम जिसे F0 लिखते हैं उसे इन लोगों ने F1 लिखा है. सिर्फ हमारा और उनका डिनोट करने का मेथड अलग है, बाकी कैलकुलेशन तो सेम ही होगा. क्लियर?
Into H, where L is the lower limit of modal class. Fm is the maximum frequency of the classes.
Fm is the maximum frequency जिसे हम F1 लिखते हैं, frequency of model class.
F1 is the frequency of the pre-modal class.
Pre-modal class मतलब कि previous class of the model class, जिसे हम क्या लिखते हैं? F0. ठीक है,
F2 is the frequency of the post-modal class.
Post-modal class मतलब कि next class of the model class, जिसे हम भी F2 ही लिखते हैं. ठीक है, सिर्फ डिनोट अलग किया है.
And H is the width of the modal class. Here L is 100, Fm is 11, F1 is 9, F2 is 8, and H is 15. By substituting these values in the formula, mode is equal to 100 plus 11 minus 9 upon 2 into 11 minus 9 minus 8 into 15. On simplifying, we get mode is 106. Therefore, mode is 106 kilometers per hour. Let us solve one more example. The given table shows frequency distribution of body weight in grams of fish in a pond. We have to find modal body weight of fish in a pond. Here, the given classes are of the inclusive type. We have to make it of the exclusive type. By subtracting the upper limit of any class from the lower limit of the next class, we get the difference as 0.1. On dividing this difference 0.1 by 2, we get 0.05. By subtracting 0.05 from the lower limit of every class and by adding 0.05 to the upper limit of every class, we get the exclusive type of class intervals or class boundaries.
देखो यहाँ पे इंक्लूसिव क्लासेस दिए है, एक्सक्लूसिव नहीं दिए है, दिख रहा है? ठीक है, देखो 15.9 और यहाँ पे 16, मतलब कि फर्स्ट क्लास की जो हायर अपर लिमिट थी वही नेक्स्ट क्लास की अब लोअर लिमिट नहीं है, तो पहले वो दोनों को सेम करना पड़ेगा। ये इंक्लूसिव दिया है, सेम करना मतलब कि उसे एक्सक्लूसिव बना, ठीक है? तो पहले हम क्या करेंगे, डिफरेंस इन दोनों के बीच का डिफरेंस कितना है, 16 में से 15.9 माइनस करो तो डिफरेंस कितना मिलेगा, 0.1। वो 0.1 को हमें किससे डिवाइड करना है, 2 से, तो हमें क्या मिला, 0.05। अब इस 0.05 को हम लोअर लिमिट में से क्या करेंगे, माइनस करेंगे और अपर लिमिट में प्लस करेंगे, ठीक है? अगर यहाँ पे हमें 15.9 और 16 की जगह पे एक का डिफरेंस जैसे कि आगे दिया था, याद हो तो, ठीक है? 15 के बाद लिया था 16, 10 to 15, फिर 16 to 20, फिर 21 to 25, तो उसमें डिफरेंस कितना होता है दोनों के बीच का, याद करो 1, तो 1 को डिवाइड बाई 2 करो तो 0.5, इसीलिए हम 0.5 लोअर लिमिट में से माइनस करते थे और अपर लिमिट में 0.5 ऐड करते थे, ठीक है? यहाँ पे दोनों का डिफरेंस कितना होगा, 0.1, उस 0.1 को 2 से डिवाइड करो तो 0.05, ठीक है? तो वो हम लोअर लिमिट में से 0.05 माइनस करेंगे, अपर लिमिट में 0.05 प्लस करेंगे ताकि क्लास एक्सक्लूसिव हो जाए, ठीक है? हर बार 0.5 ही हो ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है, ठीक है? ऐसे कैलकुलेशन करके देख लो क्या प्लस करना है क्या माइनस करना है, आया समझ में? ठीक है, इसकी अपर लिमिट इसकी लोअर लिमिट दोनों का डिफरेंस फाइंड करो, जो भी डिफरेंस मिले उसे 2 से डिवाइड करो, उसके बाद जो आंसर मिलता है वो आपको सबट्रैक्ट और ऐड करना है, क्लियर? ठीक है?
Therefore, the class boundaries of the given classes are 14.95 to 15.95, 15.95 to 16.95, and so on up to 19.95 to 20.95.
देखो ये हो गए क्लासेस एक्सक्लूसिव, ठीक है? प्रीवियस क्लास की अपर लिमिट इज द लोअर लिमिट ऑफ द नेक्स्ट क्लास, क्लियर? हो गए एक्सक्लूसिव, अब हम कैलकुलेशन कर सकते हैं।
To calculate mode, we will first find the modal class on the class boundaries.
हाईएस्ट फ्रीक्वेंसी 8 है, तो उसके रिलेटेड क्लास जो है वो क्या होगा, मॉडल क्लास।
Here the maximum frequency FM is 8. Class 16.95 to 17.95 as the maximum frequency 8. Therefore, the modal class is 16.95 to 17.95. The lower limit of the modal class L is 16.95. The frequency of the pre-modal class F1 is 4. The frequency of the post-modal class F2 is 6. And the width of the class H is 1. We know the formula to calculate mode. Mode is equal to L plus Fm minus F1 upon 2fm minus f1 minus f2 into h. Substituting the values of L, Fm, F1, F2 and H, we get mode is equal to 16.95 plus 8 minus 4 upon 2 into 8 minus 4 minus 6 into 1. On simplifying, we get mode is 17.62. Therefore, the modal body weight of a fish in a pond is 17.62 grams. Merits and demerits of mode. Like mean and median, mode too has some merits and demerits. First, let us see the merits of mode. The merits are, it is simple to understand, it is easy to calculate, it is not affected by extreme values, it can be determined just by inspection in case of ungrouped data, and it can be determined graphically. The demerits of mode are, it is not based on all the observations, it is not capable of further mathematical treatment. It is not unique. This means if two or more classes have the same maximum frequency, then there exist two or more modal values. Sometimes it may not exist. It cannot be determined in case of grouped frequency if modal class is at the end of the distribution, because there will be no post-modal class and hence no frequency of post-modal class.
मोड क्या होगा इसका? 23 हाईएस्ट फ्रीक्वेंसी. The observation that occurs most frequently is called the identify the model class. Highest frequency is 29. Model class is 35 to 45. Frequency of the model class 40 to 60 is 52. Frequency of class preceding the model class is 50. And the frequency of the class succeeding the model class is 40. So the mode will be, mode का calculation करना पड़ेगा ना, ठीक है? While traveling through a road of 60 km, he noted the number of trees in every 10 km, separately the mode of the given data. तो वो तो calculate करना पड़ेगा, बाद में पता चलेगा.
Unit 14.4 Median of grouped data. We will now learn the next measure of central tendency, that is the median. We have learned that the median is that value of the data which divides the given set of data into two equal parts. We have also learned to calculate median of ungrouped data. Consider the following example. We have to find the median of the given data 49, 51, 40, 47 and 58. To find the median, we first have to arrange the data in the ascending or descending order. Here we will arrange the data in ascending order, that is 40, 47, 49, 51 and 58. The number of observations n is 5, which is an odd number. Therefore, median is the n plus 1 upon 2 term, which is 5 plus 1 upon 2 term. That is the third term. The third term of the data in ascending order is 49. Therefore, median is 49. While calculating median of ungrouped data, if the number of observations n is even, then median is mean of n upon 2th term and n upon 2 plus 1th term. Let us now learn how to calculate median for grouped frequency distribution.
चलो ये हम फिर बाद में करेंगे.